Okay. I've already recorded this once before, but I did it all in one section and it ended up being a 45-minute video. So we're gonna break it in two, but I don't have my editing software set up yet, which means I have to completely re-record it. That being set aside, this is going to be a Minecraft tour of the server I play on. So if you were logging in for the very first time ever, this is where you would spawn. You would spawn somewhere around here and you'd see this, let's be honest, kind of terrible house. But that's okay because it gets the job done. It serves its purpose. It even has windows. So, not bad at all. Anything in this chest is free to use by anyone. There's a bed and everything. Um, I don't usually stay in this house because I don't need to. But over here is a bridge. Now, when we first made this world, there was an entire desert village here. And we had it walled in and everything. This was the place to this was the place to be. And I think I completely ruined this thing. There we go. But then we just decided that we found a better place to settle, and so we just kind of cleaned everything up. And now that's all that's left is the mines. But yeah, so when I recorded this earlier, I did all of the builds, and it evidently took a really long time. It didn't feel when I was recording it like it took that long, but evidently so. So we'll be breaking this into two parts. And we'll do a little bit less than half the builds in the first one, and then the rest of them in the second one. This is one of the other people's houses. They haven't played very much, so this is as far as they've gotten. But they have plans to make it better, I believe, at least last time I talked to them, which was a long time ago. They had plans. Me and my friend are probably the two most active players on this server. I think there's only 5 or 6 people on the server in total. But here's the biggest build. And we'll come back to it in a minute. First, I have to show you my terrible, very inefficient mob spawner. I'm not sure why it's so terribly inefficient. It just is. Oh, hey, spider silk. Yeah, you can wait here all day and not a single mob will spawn. So, not sure what I did wrong, but I definitely did something. Something didn't end up working right. So, this is a giant desert city. And there's big plans to make it even more glorious than it already is. And we're going to continue the wall on the other side. It's not finished, but yeah. All the green wool is outlines for buildings or trails for roads. And just basically marks out the plan for this whole place. Oh. And there's even like a to-do list of sorts. But yeah, so it's a really big build. I'm not actually one of the people building it. And I actually haven't seen the person who is building it for a while. So we'll see what happens. If this ever does become a completed building, you can be sure I will do an update video. But even if it does, this is not a modded server, and everyone's in survival, so it's gonna take a really long time to build this out the way that we want it. So, yeah, we'll see if we ever come back to that. Here's the stables and animal pens. And that guy, I think this iron golem is actually named. Nope. There is an iron golem named here somewhere. who's name tagged Waldo. So every time you're in the village, you have to try and find Waldo. But anyways, so as a template for the wall, we made like just a single section of it just to see what it'll look like. And this is what we came up with. So this is the basic wall structure. I don't know if you can tell from the whole acacia with sandstone, but yeah, my other wall definitely was inspired by this. So over here is the villager complex. So it's a bunch of rooms, and in those rooms is a room, and in that room there are rooms, and in those rooms there are beds for the villagers to sleep in. You'll notice a common theme throughout this video, and in the next one, there's going to be a lot of librarians, and that is because when I was trying to get a mending book, I didn't realize that you can just pick the lectern back up and place it again and get new trades. So, I spent probably months trying to get a mending book. And then months of work trying to get a mending book. Finally get one, and then I discover that I could have just used one and just kept picking up and placing down the lectern. Here's the sheep. Also, one of them should be named Jeb and is a rainbow sheep, but I don't actually see him. So, oh, there he is. Hi, Jeb. Yeah. So that's most of the builds in the city. Um, and it's I love this what we've got going, and I'm really excited for what we're going to do. Oh, this is a player's house. Um, I didn't inform them I was going to be recording, so I'm not going to show you around their house. That wouldn't be fair. But yep, here's all of these different books from trading and all kinds of blocks. Anything in this is a community chest house, so anything in it is free for anyone to take. And yeah. So that's the main desert city. And this is where I think most of the players are currently housed, other than me and the other person. And the other person who's most active on this server is actually the person who's going to be making their own channel. So, yeah, that'll be exciting. And oh, there's a little turtle breeding pen. But yeah, it's a really cool layout. It's really huge, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens here with this. So, also, if you look at the roads from above, you can see there's a couple that run um cordonally and then a couple that run diagonally. And the ones that run diagonally run straight out from the main structure. So that's cool. Cool building choices, cool building designs. And I'm excited to see what they do with it. And then, of course, there's all the farms. And actually, inside this stone thing, there's a nether portal. But, we don't need to look at that right now. Here is where we harvest all of our sand. Yeah. And we have smelteries over here for, just using it, making it into glass quickly. And tons of torches saved here so that you can break one block and then place the torch and all the blocks that fall from it will just automatically be harvested. The rest of the builds that we're going to show off for this episode are way out this way. And then the rest of the builds on the server, other than the ones that we're going to right now, are through another portal and a long distance away. So those will be the ones we do in the next episode. and y'all will just have to stick around. I'll probably put these videos both up on the same day. I'm just breaking them into chunks so that if you have time to watch one but don't have time to watch both, you don't have to worry about missing anything. This used to house chickens. It doesn't anymore. And we'll go over the farm and everything. We should go to bed. Before all the mobs can spawn, and I'll show you guys around everything in the morning when we aren't gonna be killed by mobs. Well, and I say killed, but we're in full netherite. Really, the biggest problem is creepers blowing up the buildings I've built. So this is the guest house. I don't actually stay at this place anymore because my builds, I've moved to a new location and it's not that I've given up on this place. I had a better idea that I wanted to do. So I will eventually come back here and finish this. This is not finished. But for now, it's just gonna stay like this. And here is like the main community house. He's been here for like, oh shoot. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Hi, buddy. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know where you went. Anyways, as I was saying, this is the community house for my builds, and so it's just got just stuff, and all of my chests are organized. I'm a very organized person. I don't like things to be out of place. So all of the chests are organized and labeled, and that will be a common theme throughout today. This was my house before I decided to move. I'll need to think of another use for it since, well, I guess I'll still make it into a house for myself. It'll just be a part-time house because I won't stay here all the time. Because now that I have a different place that I live as well, it's kind of a moot point to have two houses that are both fully decked out. I only need one. If we grab a minecart, because we're gonna need that. And we come on over here. I covered the whole hillside in bamboo, which looks great, but is very difficult when it comes to flying around with an elytra. There's a spider eye from when I was here earlier. This is my farm. It's pretty big, and it has an added bonus. Carrots, potatoes, and beets. So yeah, there's a lot of crops here, and a lot of crops here, and a lot of crops here, and even more crops here. So it's great. And it provides me a lot of seeds and stuff to put in here, but I haven't harvested it for a while. I'll probably come back sometime in the next couple Minecraft days and harvest it, and we'll just kind of see. Not all of the plants are grown up, but it takes forever for them all to grow up anyways, so. Oh wait, minecart. Where am I going? I had bees here. For some reason they all died. Not really sure why. There were tons of flowers here. And then once all the bees died, I took the flowers because I decided to try and get bees somewhere else. This was my original house, starter house. It's pretty much empty now. And then down here is the mine. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's a mine. It's full of tunnels and other tunnels and plans for tunnels and more tunnels and just ore sitting here because I never got around to mining it. But it's not like I really need the iron, so, you know, I'm not worried about it. That's the one, the part I hate the most about this mine is that you can ride a minecart down. You can't ride a minecart back up. You have to walk every step. And it wasn't originally designed to have a minecart, and so I had to drop this spot down one more, which means that I can't get on the ladder unless you jump here, then you walk over here so you don't hit your head, and then you jump there. And it's super cumbersome and annoying and just terrible. Over here is a bamboo farm. I mean, it worked, just not nearly as well as just planting bamboo out in the open and just harvesting it every once in a while. So, yeah, I took most of the resources from it. I just haven't gotten around to taking the rest of the hoppers. I will eventually, but I have no need of them right now, so why bother? And that's all the builds for this episode. When I originally built this world, I wanted to build a underwater house in this little sea cove. I never got around to it. So now instead I just have the water elevator that you can go back and forth in. And yeah. Oh, also, that's the one thing I forgot to show you guys about this build, because we flew up there earlier. There's a staircase leading up for if you have horses, or if you want to walk. And then if you don't have horses or don't want to walk, there's an elevator. And yeah, goes up, it goes down, and yeah, it's just pretty chill. Kind of normal, covered in bamboo. It looks really good though. I like it. I tried to do something fancy with the path, and then I gave up, so who knows? Maybe eventually I'll come back and finish the path. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. And like I said, the other one should be posting the same day as this. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.